I'm a graphic designer and joined the waste volunteer team to help them make some posters. During this process, I learned so much that I wish I could unlearn. Before I knew it, I was part of the garbage sisterhood of the city. Plastic bags were the chief contributors of mixed waste. People were lining the bins with plastic, giving out waste in them. Cows were eating plastic along with the food in it. Ugly black spots were all over the neighborhood. My ward, HSR, was flooding during rains as plastic bags were clogging the drains. And whenever they were burnt, which is often, we could feel the toxins in the air. Malini started Stone Soup in 2015 and wanted to run Borrow a Bag initiative to combat this indiscriminate use of plastic bags. I thought it was a brilliant idea, and along with Dr. Shanti and the entire team of HSR Citizen Forum, joined to implement it in a few shops in the HSR layout. A roadside vendor was spending about 3,000 to 5,000 rupees on plastic covers. Grocery shop was spending around 25,000, and the big ones were spending in lakhs per month on plastic bags. They had no love for plastic, but since customer demanded it, they didn't want to lose them. As we posted about Borrow a Bag on social media, we were invited to implement it in several areas. It connected us to the plastic haters across the city. In October 2015, the government of Karnataka issued a draft of the plastic ban notification, but it was not very comprehensive. Working with the dry waste collection centers and monitoring the segregation in our neighborhood, we were learning a few things. So we built an ideal list of the single-use disposables that ought to be banned and made a representation along with the alternatives that we had picked from the market to the officer working on the same. In the meanwhile, a Borrow a Bag initiative took us to Yelahanka zone in December. We met with enthusiastic volunteers and a dynamic health officer. They had convinced the elected representative to ban single-use bags and a few other items in their neighborhood. And we were there to provide an alternative to plastic bag. We saw people seizing plastic and enforcing the plastic ban in all the shops. Something like this could be done. It opened a world of possibilities in front of us. Fully inspired by this, Shanti and I got together to pilot something similar in our zone. When we met the elected representative, he surprisingly agreed to pilot it in HSR layout. Madona Bidi, he said, which means let's do it. The municipal officers extended their full support too. Plastic ban was launched on Jan 3rd, 2016 in all fanfare. Residents joined in large numbers, sang anti-plastic songs, and we also had a walkathon post-launch in the major commercial areas. In the days that followed, volunteers went shop to shop, sticking the traders' notice in every shop, educating about the alternatives. There were auto announcements in every street. We also worked with the schools in the neighborhood. Volunteers addressed children in the school assemblies, performed skits on the ills of plastic. We also got diary notes sent to every parent, indicating that plastic was banned and everyone needs to support by carrying their own bag. Traders were told that they had 15 days for change, as we knew that they typically kept supplies for a week on the go. On the day of enforcement, officials of neighboring wards, RWAs, volunteers, all got together in large teams and inspected major commercial areas. Plastic was seized in large numbers. The traders woke up and realized that this time everyone is serious about the ban. We supported them with all kinds of alternatives and where each one was available. We stocked paper bags, butter paper bags, in addition to the giving cloth bags for borrowing in a stall in a central place in HSR. In the process, we also learnt new alternatives. So what are the alternatives to single-use plastic? Simple. Ask your grandparents. An alternative to plastic bag is not a polypropylene bag or a compostable bag, which are both banned in Karnataka. It is not even paper bag. It is carry your own bag. The alternative to plastic cup is not paper cup, which is also aligned by plastic from inside. It is ceramic cup, glass cup, steel tumblers. The alternative to plastic straw is not paper straw or a bamboo straw. It's not even steel straw. It is no straw. Drink your juices directly and wipe off any mustache. Even meat could be wrapped in softened leaves and then paper and thread. For those that say that behavior change does not happen overnight, we saw customers carrying their shopping in pockets, in jackets, in helmets, in dupattas, in saris. As news of HSR plastic ban spread, more volunteers reached out to us to do something similar in their ward. We mentored the team at Baswanagar and our corporate training kicked in. We built a how to achieve a single-use plastic ban, a toolkit. It has 9 step-by-step guidelines on how to achieve plastic ban in your layout. Starting with how to create a volunteer team and ending with how to share success on social media. Samples of posters, communications, alternatives to single-use plastics and which vendors are providing, scripts for skits, letters to schools. Our toolkit had it all. We also built a physical ban and alternatives kit that volunteers could use on the field. Puttenhalli, BTM, Koramangala, Belandur, Shantinagar followed. All of these plastic bans were driven by citizens, flagged off by elected representatives and extensively covered by media. Soon 15 wards across Bangalore had implemented single-use plastic ban. We had a plastic haters group, now rechristened to Bangalore Eco Team. Shopkeepers supported it as now they were saving money as their customers were either getting their own cloth bags or buying it from them. There was no expectation of a free bag or a free cutlery. While the plastic industry decried impact to livelihood, it was actually creating livelihoods. There were NGOs and self-help groups producing cloth bags, zero-waste event planners, plate banks, leaf bagasse cutlery makers. There's also a zero-waste juice shop. A more labor-intensive and job-creating industry rose up. Citizens got engaged with administration and started educating them, from senior IS officers to ward health inspectors. There was so much energy and momentum across the city, and the anti-plastic sentiment was so strong that on March 11, 2016, plastic ban notification was issued for the whole state of Karnataka, matching our vision. It is considered one of the best plastic bans and has inspired activists in other states too. Without any funding, no big organization involved, and just a small ambition at our end, it was an idea whose time had come, and we were just the funnel for it.